This week, barra time. I'm heading to the Northern Territory of Australia on a very special covert barramundi operation.
So you've just tagged one of 101 fish.
Woohoo! This time, there are 101 reasons why I just can't fail. Dirty, stealing bastard.
You have got to be the unluckiest fisherman.
And I'm determined to cast far and wide. Bazaar! Join me on this insane top-end adventure.
Do it.
As I go on the hunt for the $1 million fish. Better fish! Oh, yeah!
What are you doing, mate? You can't fish here.
$1 million fish!
No, Darwin Harbour's that way.
You're watching Fishing with Mates. Following on from the success of season 1,
He's nice, good on you, bloke.
the Northern Territory's $1 million fish competition is back again.
What would you do for $1 million?
This year, the $1 million fish is bigger and much better. They're tagging 101 fish. Now, 100 of those are worth 10K each, but one very special fish is worth $1 million. So how exciting is the $1 million fish? It's been unreal for you guys, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been brilliant. I know a lot of Aussies are keen to get up here, but it's kind of nudged them over the line because, I mean, how can you go wrong? The
There's
weather's
$1 million
just gorgeous. Yeah. Look, last season we had 10 of the $10,000 barra caught, and one lucky bloke actually reeled in 2 with the barra, so pretty incredible.
So what are you going to do this year to make it bigger and better?
Look, we've upped the ante with the number of fish that have been tagged, and we also have a cash prize pool. So there's a $30,000 Jayco camper trailer. There's a whole bunch of stuff in there. All you need to do is register. We had 43,000 registrants for season 1 from 62 different countries.
You're joking.
So, yeah, the word has got around, you could say that.
Look at these guys. You seen your $1 million barra yet? Before season 2 of the $1 million fish kicked off, I got the honour of being involved in the tagging process and went out with Brad Fanning from Crown Bet and Bill Sornock from InfoFish Australia. The boys had been struggling to catch 101 fish. So you know what they did? They brought in the expert. I came to the rescue to help them out. If you've been wondering what all the fuss is about, it's this. This little red tag, you find one of these in a barramundi, and you're an instant winner.
All they have to do is register at www.milliondollarfish and put their details in there. They have to be over 18. And if they can catch one of the red tag barramundis, they will come back and either win themselves $10,000 or $1 million.
We've travelled all over the Northern Territory. By the time it's finished, we'll have done 18 different locations in all the regions.
There are 5 regions included in the competition: Darwin, Kakadu, the Tiwii Islands, Katherine and Arnhem Land.
So anywhere you're on the water in the NT, you could be a chance to win.
So we're on our covert operation, and what we're doing is we're working the bottom of the tide. So what the trick is to get your lures tight in against that gutter, because the barra is sitting around the entrance. The trick is you can't scratch the mud. You got to get that lure swimming straight away. As soon as you come out from the dirty water, the clean water, bang, you're on. Well, hopefully. It didn't take long before I was on.
Here we go. Here's a fish.
Too big. On for the $1 million flathead. Are you friggin' kidding me? The only problem was it wasn't the target species. Does that count? Flathead?
No, that one can't count, Al.
As the day went on, I was catching everything.
Go.
Everything except a barramundi. It's like a barra. Tarpon, $1 million tarpon. Look at that for it, huh? Alrighty, guys, we've got the $1 million queen fish. Caught a fish, wrong species. Whoa, not the whiskers. That is the $1 million brassy. $1 million brassy with a headache. Oh, yep. Oh. Yep, come on. Be the right size. Be big. $1 million stingray. Holy crap. I'm starting to wonder if I'm really any help to these guys at all.
Crown Bet, he's got his hat off. Oh, he's getting serious here.
Even Brad from Crown Bet helped.
This is now the $1 million Papuan jawfish. Look at the mouth on that thing. That is one crazy mother. The day was coming to an end. I desperately needed some barra luck. Oh, got him.
Got one?
Yep.
Oh, beauty, Alf. What is it?
Staying down deep.
What do you reckon?
Please be the right. Yes, it's a barra!
Barra!
Jumper.
Well done. How big is it? Is it
Big enough.
Yeah, it's a big
Gonna go
enough
like,
tag.
don't jump down, don't jump down, don't jump down. Scoop him. Hard
Well
earned.
done, man.
Hard earned.
McGlashan, you're beauty.
Ready, mate.
Well done, Ben.
Bill, champion effort.
Well done, Bill. Barra, welcome aboard.
Oh, God, I need a drink after that.
Catching the fish, that's one thing, but it's just as important. We've got to get this fish tagged and back in the water and healthy, because otherwise, no one's going to get the jackpot.
That is one of the tags that make up the 101 tag.
When the fish are tagged, we then put that data into a database, along with the location information and the GPS, but we don't reveal the GPS to anybody.
Beautiful. There she goes.
Away.
And you
Well done,
guys
man.
doubted me. I can't believe it.
Well done, Al.
It was such a privilege to tag one of the 101 prize-tagged barramundi.
Coming up. So where are the GPS marks?
I wish it was that easy, Al.
It's barra season.
Bazaar!
As I return to the top end, when you said you're going to take me to a picturesque spot to hunt down the $1 million fish.
There it.
After successfully tagging one of the 101 barra for the $1 million fish competition, I returned to the Northern Territory as soon as season 2 kicked off, and this time, nothing was going to stop me. I'm here for the $1 million barra. That's what I need.
It's out that way, mate.
That's the whole ocean. That's not helping me at all. Apart from the small fact that I was actually banned from fishing in Darwin Harbour.
Yeah, he's got to keep this area a secret.
Yeah, no, I'm lining up that cloud, the sun, and those leaves there. I'm back. But I was determined not to let this minor technicality get me down. So this is the map. Now, where are the GPS marks on it?
Mate, I just wish it was that easy, but all you can do is head up to these 5 regions in the top end.
That's the whole
And give
top
it a
end.
go. Fish out far and wide.
Even my mates at Tourism NT were giving me nothing.
So I was thinking, if anyone knows where the $1 million fish is, it has to be the guys at the Complete Angler.
Which one is going to hook me the $1 million fish?
Probably the deep dive in Halco.
Done. Now, most importantly, where do I go?
For you, I reckon Kakadu.
Kakadu it is.
We're telling all our good customers to go down the daily.
So I loaded up with all the latest kit. Because I got a little tip, there might be a few red tags swimming around in Kakadu National Park. One of the best parts about chasing the $1 million fish is that you chase it far and wide. You know, you've got the red dirt, you've got the escarpment, you've got the floodplain, you've got that iconic top-end scenery. So my first stop in Kakadu National Park was Yellowwater Billabong. I was catching up with Rob, the local fishing guide.
The fishing in here can be very, very good. Our run-off period's our best time, of course, like everywhere. Actually, 53 different varieties of fish. It's a very live piece of water.
While the $1 million fish was playing on my mind, I couldn't help but be distracted by this absolutely magic environment.
It's a jabberoo up there, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's the male bird too. You can tell that by the colour of its eye. He's got a really black eye, and
Oh, really?
the female's got a yellowy coloured eye. So that's how you can always tell them apart.
Yep, he's even getting lunch. Look at that.
We spot this beautiful little snag. and I flicked my little Tilson right along the edge. 2 twitches, bang, I'm on. Ooh, yep, got him, barra.
Barra.
That's the one we want. That's $1 million. And you know what? The barra comes flying out of the water. Slide him in for you. Oh, oh. $1 million barra.
Ooh, maybe not.
All right, that could have been the $1 million barra.
He's lacking a tag and a little bit of size.
Yeah, they have to be, what is it, 55?
They have to be 55.
Time to go home, my little friend. Straight back to the snag. So, after my unsuccessful morning on yellow water billabong, I thought it's time to start using my contacts. Come on, Stu, answer.
Hello, you've Stuart Brisbane Mobile. Sorry, I can't take your call at the moment.
Stu, now I know you know where this $1 million fish is, so come in from fishing. Bring me back with some GPS marks.
If it's Al, don't answer it.
Man, I'm feeling very out of touch here. Matty, Al McGlashan, what are you doing?
Mate, I'm busy.
What do you mean you're busy?
Mate, I'm working. I'm busy.
You're not bloody working. You're in the Tiwi's fishing.
Mate, I'm busy. I'll call you a bit later.
Mate, hello. Bloody hell, he's hung up on me.
You reckon after all these years of fishing, he'd know where to catch a decent fish? Bloody Al McGlashan. Pumbaa.
I'm starting to get the feeling that this $1 million fish, this is not a team sport. So, it's every angler for themselves. I'm here for $1 million fish and I need all the practice I can get. So after exhausting all my contacts, I got a tip that maybe I should have a look at the East Alligator River. My secret source, who must remain nameless, put me onto Shannon from Kakadu Fishing Tours, who knows the East Alligator like the back of his hand.
Hey Al, if you take a look up there, you can maybe be able to notice some Aboriginal rock art up on those cliffs. My understanding is that they would paint sort of things they can catch in the area, a bit like a menu for someone coming through so they know what to get.
Oh, really?
They look like they're catfish to me.
The paintings were a sign. I was about to catch something special.
I always believe that the first barra on the boat's the most important barra on the boat.
Bloody A. After the one with the red tag in it. Or the one I'm going to catch. Ooh, yep. See it? Could be the good stuff. It's fighting a bit. Uh-oh. It is $1 million catfish!
I told you the catfish paintings were a sign.
Look at my leader.
And you can get your own slime off you.
Oh, gross little bastard.
Those bloody paintings were well and truly on the money.
Tell you what, he needs to take me straight to the barra painting.
So we've just found a couple of fish through there. There's a nice little school right there.
So when you find the fish, if you don't get them on the troll, you stop and you jig plastics or vibes and fish down deep, right where the fish are.
Oh, yeah, $1 million barra time.
Well done, mate.
Coming up,
You have got to be the unluckiest fisherman. That was a nice barra. What happened to it?
the locals start to turn on me. Holy moly, I thought you said there are a few crocs up here.
Yeah, we don't like to exaggerate though, do we?
And the barra hunt heats up as I close in on my $1 million payday.
Oh, yeah, read 'em and weep. Please don't be a caddy, please don't be a caddy. So finally, I hook up and I stay attached. I'm going a bit gentle on him.
Yep.
Oh. How good is that? You know, we're saying it's a pleasure to fish in a place like that, but that is friggin' awesome. Little green Tilson was the one. This time, I get it to the boat. But it's not a big barra, it's a little barra. Just 50 centimetres. Not even legal.
Yeah, so probably just in towards a 2-year-old fish.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in a really good healthy system, they grow really, really quickly. So this one here will be 80 centimetres long in about 4 years. So this one here is going back in the water.
Gotcha. Yep. So I've hooked up a good barra. He's all right.
He's not a bad one, mate.
And then all of a sudden, everything goes pear-shaped. Now, I just remember... Just remember...
Uh-oh, shark.
What I was about to say. Oh,
You've got
my barra just grew a lot. You're not going to believe it. We're fishing in fresh water, and what have I got? Sharks eating my barra.
Oh, mate.
Have a look at this. I'm just checking for the tag. There's a bit of red. Is that a tag?
You have got to be the unluckiest fisherman. That was a nice barra. What happened to it?
Now, you know what I love about the territory?
What's
If
that,
it's
mate?
not the crocs, it's the freshwater bloody sharks.
Yeah, she's a dog-eat-dog world out there.
So, in the middle of the day, we decided to have a break. So Shannon took me to Carhill's Crossing to observe a wildlife spectacle. Holy moly, I thought you said there were a few crocs up here.
Yeah, we don't like to exaggerate though, do we? Crocs will line up here this time of the year. They'll feed on the barra and the mullet coming up over the crossing, but it's quite a spectacle, as you can see.
What happens is the tide goes over the top of Carhill's Crossing. All the crocs sit there with their arms out. If they feel anything touch their leg, bang, they snap at it. Oh, there's one. Oh! You really need to be croc-wise when it comes to travelling in the Northern Territory.
We have had fatality at this crossing before, someone being swept into the water, so you can get a bit blasé about the crocodiles here. You see so many of them, but they're opportunistic, and if you give them half a chance, there's half a chance that they'll get you.
You have to be really on your game, especially when you're near the water. And the last thing you want is to be ending up on the croc menu. So later in the afternoon, we headed upstream. But this time, Shannon took me into the most beautiful little backwater I've ever seen.
Here's a place we call the Rock Holes. Yeah, one of the prettiest spots in the river, I reckon. And often get some big fish in here too, mate. So, yeah, this could be your chance.
This is insane. Little freshy.
Oh, that is awesome.
Have a look at that. But enough of the sightseeing cruise. I need a legal-sized barra, preferably wearing a red tag. All right,
Well,
he's on, yep. Ah, better fish, oh yeah. I'm fishing the stunning East Alligator River on my hunt for the $1 million fish. And it's barra time. All right, he doesn't jump immediately, so I'm not sure how big it is. And then when he comes up, ah, better fish, oh yeah. Look at that puppy.
you've got a bit of size, you might just kick away.
Look at it. There's tense moments. That net's not big enough, by the way. That's not going to fit this fish. Ooh, look at the size of that.
Just ease him in there.
Careful if he's got a tag in him. Hold him up. Look at that. Well, it's a beautiful fish. Sadly, it doesn't have a little red tag sporting in there anyway, but didn't have a red tag, but it was a solid barra and such an awesome environment. It was just a privilege to catch it.
Well, this fish would taste really, really nice, but you want to let the fish go?
Nah, we'll let him go.
Let him
He'll be
go.
all right.
Very good.
Too pretty.
Yep, he'll get bigger.
Yep. So with time running out, I had to have one last crack at the $1 million fish. It dawned on me, if the great cricket legend Matty Hayden was in the Tiwis, maybe he had some intel about the whereabouts on some of the prized 101 tag barra. The Tiwii Islands are situated a short charter flight north of Darwin, home to some of the most pristine fisheries in the world.
It's a fishing haven.
So teaming up with the boys from Tiwii Islands Adventures, they took me to a little creek, and I tell you what, this was red tag central. You know when you go somewhere and you just know it's there? I could feel the $1 million fish was right there, in this water somewhere. I just had to start casting.
Come on, try and get up on top. Hey, looking at us.
So I've cast in against the bank. You know, I've twitched the lure twice. And it's gone bang, I'm on. This is it.
Oh yeah, freedom and wheat. I'm looking for tags already.
The barra's jumping. I could see the red tag. I knew this was the fish.
Where's that crocodile gone?
Oh.
A croc out of nowhere comes in, smashes my barra, and I look down, and all I can see is $1 million croc.
You're kidding me! Bugger!
The Northern Territory is an adventure playground. So do yourself a favour and fish the NT.
Lovely shot there of a twig, mate. Well done.
Thanks, mate. That's a snag, isn't it?
Well, stay there, Brad. I'll get a photo of you filming the rock wallaby so you can be a wildlife photographer since you're a fishing photographer. Not that that has anything to us to do with us.
It's got a red tag in its bum.
Bloody bull sharks.
That's another $1 million barra nipped in the butt.
Bull shark.